Hey, my name is Joe,
And I'm Mary Beth.
and this is the best of Gen X.
We are in our 40s.
And we're siblings,
We'll talk about adulting in a world so different from the one we grew up in,
so excuse us while we save a generation.
one episode at a time.
Let's go.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Mary Beth.
How goes it?
Pretty good. How's your week been?
It's been really awesome. Would you like to know why?
Tell me about it.
Well, in our last episode, you really busted my chops for not starting Suits yet. You've been wanting me to watch this show for how long? Better part of a year.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 8 months, 10 months.
Well, I finally started shortly after, a few days after we recorded our last episode. Now, you had said it's quite an investment because how many seasons?
I think 10.
Yeah. And I was like, no big deal because we can, when we work from home, we can listen. It's too cerebral. So I can't watch it while I'm working. If I'd already seen the series all the way through, I could just have it in the background. So I'm only on season 5. And so as soon as I clock out for the day, I get a few episodes in, Josh comes home from work, we have dinner, we go back to the bedroom and watch episodes till we fall asleep. I have been up since 4 a.m. yesterday. So my eyes are burning, my voice is raspy, I'm shaking, I'm very, very sleepy. But it's been awesome because the show is...
You love it?
I love it.
It does require intense focus.
Yes. It's just very intelligent,
Yeah.
very quick.
Just like I said.
Very quick moving. A lot of complicated stories and a large, I mean, by most standards, a pretty large ensemble. So you're following many different people. Mm-hmm. I'm really enjoying it.
Good.
I have to say at this point, first of all, I'm in love with the intro song.
Oh, yeah.
The theme song. Now, anytime I binge watch a show, I always skip the intro. I never, not once.
Yeah, it's catchy.
It's so catchy, and I sing along to it. But I'm really enjoying, because you know immediately, episode 1, they lay the groundwork. There's no guessing. We know exactly who's involved, what went down, what it means, and the potential ramifications, right? Mm-hmm. And I am really getting a kick out of season by season watching the spinning of that web become more intense and dynamic and robust, and the stakes getting higher. Like the deeper they go, the longer they go, the higher the stakes if
I told you.
shit goes down.
I told you.
It's very cool to know from day one as a viewer, you know this will not end well. And so all along the way, any character who comes in, I'm like, it'd be really cool. I have all these theories, like when shit goes down, because it will. And you think, okay, now how many people know? Because everybody who knows is on the hook here, right? Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy so far that mind game that they're kind of playing. And so I have all these theories about who's going to be the one to save the day. And I'm thinking, so-and-so's going to marry him and he's going to marry her, and it'll be because they're in love, but also so they can't testify against each other. And I'm thinking like which lawyer, and I have an interesting theory that might be a little far-fetched. Harold, the blonde nincompoop associate from the first season that Lewis is just raking over the coals all the time, and then he moves to another firm.
Yep.
He comes back in a later season when there's some trouble with the DA's office and stuff. And
I'm familiar.
yeah. So I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if at the very end, when all this went down, that kid is going to end up being the one to save them all in court? Because if this show ends with all these people I love in orange jumpsuits, I will never trust your opinion on a TV show again.
I would do that to you.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't do that to you.
A second theory, early on I thought.
Or would I? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
A second theory, what was it? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. So at the very beginning, you're like, Trevor is the devil and he needs to go. Like, he's toxic. He's not good for this guy. He's dragging him down. But then as time goes on and you learn more and you get more backstory, I love the flashback episodes. I love that. Mm-hmm. You learn that he's not what you thought he was, and that there were reasons for, like he was letting him live in his apartment. He was trying to pay him back. You have these characters. So we find out, well, Trevor's trying to find some road to redemption. And I thought, wait a minute. They put him on a bus, sent him to Montana, said, start over. And I thought, how cool would it be if when all this goes down, the lawyer that walks in to save them is Trevor? I get goosebumps thinking about it. I don't want you to give me any spoilers.
Oh, I'm not.
And I'm sorry to
worry
hog the mic right now, but I just had a lot to say.
Is this a Suits podcast?
It should be.
Was I right, though?
You are correct.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that and I was like, this is a Mary Beth show.
It is very fun. You were right about Lewis. I very much enjoy him. Yeah. However, I have one criticism.
Of Lewis, specifically?
Of the show.
Okay.
You already know, because I texted you about it as soon as it happened. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it was like somewhere halfway season 2.
It was.
Out of nowhere. Now, I had said on the podcast, I'm not jazzed about watching because I'm not a Meghan Markle fan, right? And you were like, don't worry about it. And you're right. Like, you just kind of forget.
Yeah, you get the royal family stuff. It's good.
You get sucked into the show, and she's good on the show. But just when I got comfortable with that and I can suspend reality and forget about who she really is, another character comes onto the scene. Only this person I know personally.
Right. And so for everybody listening, Mary Beth texted me and said, I know her. And I thought you meant like metaphorically knew her.
Like, oh, I've seen her in something.
Yeah. Like, I know somebody like that. And I was like, what do you mean you know her? Like, that was my reply. Like, you know her?
I was like, I know this bitch.
I was out playing golf and you were like, I know her. I was like, and I stopped. I was like, what?
I did not see it coming. I was not happy because without giving anything, I want to maintain some dignity here because the internet's forever.
Okay.
But I know her from college days. She lived in the same sorority house as a dear friend of mine. So anytime I would like visit that house, I'd go there for lunch or for dinner, just hanging out. Mm-hmm. If I call, she would answer. Sometimes she would be the one to answer the door, and it's like she'd yell for my friend and roll her eyes. Your friend's here. Oh, now she was one of like 3 or 4 girls in the house with the same first name, and I won't say her name, but anytime my friend and I would have a conversation and she would come up, I eventually stopped saying which one because I didn't know their last names. And so I just started calling her by her name, but in a very snooty, fancy way. So it sounded like, like if I were humming her name, that's how I made it sound. Like, like, do you have any Grey Poupon? Like, because she was just very, very unpleasant. Like one time we went to this kind of, when you go from frat house to frat house, it was Halloween weekend. So there were costume parties everywhere. And she was dressed up as this like ballerina, fairy, wings, wand, little cutesy tootsy goblin from hell. Devil woman. She just was an unpleasant, unfriendly, rude, snooty person every time I interacted with her. To be fair, I didn't know her personally. She made quite clear she wasn't interested. Now, as a longtime sufferer of resting bitch face, I would never begrudge another woman who had that same affliction. But I know it's not just that, because she was also rude and would roll her eyes and just had an attitude, and she's like, she was bitching at us when we were walking to this other party, Halloween. And I was just like, you are a terrible person. So to see her on screen, brother, was very upsetting for me. And I was texting you like, this better be a one-off thing. Like if she comes back, if this is a reoccurring guest star experience, I'm done with this show. Well, then she left, and then she came back.
Well, tell everybody what you did.
I texted you and said...
You, like, Googled her character or her
I
name
Googled her
to
character.
see if she stayed on the show.
To see how long she...
You just could not let yourself...
Well, because I was going to stop. I was honestly going to stop.
This is a ringing endorsement for joining sororities, by the way.
My friend, by the way, same sorority, a beautiful person.
Lovely.
Lovely person. But she was just rude and unfriendly. And honestly, I mean, I've seen her in commercials. I've seen her in TV shows. She's actually the lead in a movie that I like quite a bit. Yeah. But anyway, I was just very upset to see her. And although
You've clearly gotten over it, right?
Her character has evolved. I'm tolerating her on screen. But in the initial part of her storyline, that is exactly how she is in real life. Like the cunning, like deceitful, twinkle in your eye.
So it's natural for her.
Yeah.
Well, you've done an amazing job forgetting about the college experience with her. I mean,
I had forgotten it. But then boom, she visually assaulted me as I was watching this show.
PTSD.
No, she was just unpleasant, you know. And so good for her and her acting career and all that, but I didn't want her in this show.
Well, speaking of resting bitch face and other faces, Mary Beth, your face just made me agnostic.
What?
Has anyone ever said you look like a before picture?
Oh my God.
You could have been an extra in the movie Chernobyl. I envy everyone who hasn't met you. You are proof that evolution is bullshit. Yes, you've been bitch slapped. These pithy insults are what all of us Gen Xers grew up with. Nobody was safe. From your siblings to your best friends, insults were haphazardly thrown around like confetti. And if you didn't take them like a champ or provide a witty comeback, you would be forced into exile, never to be respected again. Since the beginning of time, humans have looked for clever ways to knock one another down a few pegs, whereas animal species have some sort of group hierarchy where the leaders want to be on top of the ladder and they settle disputes physically. Humans with verbal skills enjoy a good put down of the personal nature. We'll go at your status, competence, appearance, hygiene, sexual prowess, and lineage. So the next time we see you, we might let you know that you are proof your gene pool needs lifeguards. Heck, your gene pool might need more chlorine. And we might remind you that though some people fear success, rest assured, you have nothing to worry about. Mary Beth, I think of you often on Trash Day. But this isn't Trash Day. This is Mother's Day. And as your annoying little brother, I want to wish you a happy Mother's Day, sis.
Thank you so much.
How'd I do?
Brilliant. You know, I really think that we need to share the intro responsibilities from here on out. You are every bit the wordsmith that I am.
Just say equal. Just say equal. I was really nervous about it because your intros are amazing.
Well, thank you. But that was top notch, brother. Really top drawer.
Top drawer. Yeah, I thought that was top shelf as well. You know, so I obviously owned you.
You did.
Insults. There's your mama jokes. We'll talk about it. I mean, what is an insult? An insult is an expression, a statement, or a behavior that is often deliberately disrespectful, offensive, scornful, or derogatory towards an individual or group. They can be intentional, Mary Beth, or they can be unintentional. But let's be honest. They're mostly used to belittle, offend, or humiliate the target, right?
There's great purpose behind them.
Now, it is true that some insults can be factual, but they are almost always used in a pejorative manner. And the goal is to provoke a negative emotional response. I mean, that's the goal. Okay? Now, I know in ancient Rome, you know, political speeches and debates were known to include insults and personal attacks.
Yes.
And even in some religious texts that we know about, views of insults and the implications, hurling insults are discussed. I think even Shakespeare, right?
You know, some of the most common insults we use today can be traced back to Shakespeare. He was the master of insults. And I have compiled a beautiful collection of Shakespeare insults from his various works.
I can't wait.
And I kind of want to treat this like a quiz, if you will.
Okay.
So I will state it.
I get to interpret it.
And you get to interpret it. Absolutely. In fact, if you want to go up a notch, you could give your own modern day
Okay.
phrase. Okay, here we go. Heaven truly knows that thou art false as hell.
You fake son of a...
Yes.
We're just calling someone fake.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of son of a, you could really have fun watching Suits doing a drinking game. If you had to take a shot, if you took a shot every time they said son of a bitch, if you took a shot every time they said bullshit.
Harvey says bullshit a lot.
I know. I was thinking of that earlier this morning.
There
I
was
was like,
one, you know what, you're right, because I remember when I was watching that, sorry, we're talking about Suits a lot, but
it's so great.
there was one time I remember distinctly when I was watching that thinking, God, they say that a lot, but it was not either of those. It was something about settle.
Yeah.
Let's settle.
Yes.
We'll settle. And I was like, great. That's funny. Well, I got the first one. Cool. 1 for 1.
Yes, very well done. I love this. You have such a February face, so full of frost, of storm and cloudiness.
You're ugly.
February face, full of frost, storm and cloudiness.
You're cold. Something about being cold.
Yeah. You're a cold, evil bitch.
Okay. I was close.
Or why the resting bitch face?
Nice.
Oh, we forgot a disclaimer.
Well, then we better tell
It's a
them.
little too late because we've already cussed. This is not the podcast episode that you want children to be listening near you.
That's right.
Okay, sorry we didn't
Yeah.
say that sooner.
Yeah, lock them in their playroom.
Right. Okay, here we go. Go, prick thy face, and o'erread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy.
Go prick thy face.
Go, prick thy face, and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy.
Get out of here, you scared little bitch.
Kinda, yeah.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And when I say bitch, I mean a female dog.
Oh, we got some of that coming.
I got you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
Quit looking at me because I hate you.
Okay.
More or less.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee. It's like, I effing hate you. Don't push it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
This is funny. No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She is spherical, like a globe. I could find out countries in her.
Are we talking about fat phobia?
Yes! Your mama's so fat.
Yeah. Get out of here, you fat what?
That would be the Elizabethan version of fat shaming, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I'd beat thee, but I should infect my hands.
You're so gross. You're dirty. Something about being dirty.
I'd beat thee, but I should infect my hands. Well, like if you like, I would
kick your ass?
I would punch you, but you're not even worth it.
Okay.
Like,
How did you interpret? Like, did you have to Google that, or do you?
no,
You're just way
honey, I
smarter-
taught this stuff.
You're just
for
way
years.
smarter than me. I got you. You're just way
No,
smarter.
it honestly, Shakespeare is so easy. It just takes a little exposure and practice. But once you get used to it, it rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
I
believe thee.
I am I am out of practice because it's been 7 years since I taught, but okay. This is my last one. No, second to last. I desire that we be better strangers.
Let's bounce. Wow, wow.
No.
Let's get it on.
No.
Let's get it on.
I desire that we be better strangers.
Oh, get out of my face. Like, I don't
Like,
want
I don't want to know you.
Yeah.
You actually said the modern day equivalent in your intro. I envy people who haven't met you yet.
Did you like that one?
I
I
loved
figured
it.
you'd appreciate that one.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Here's the last one.
Okay.
Thou art the son of... Wait, I don't want to mess it up. Thou art the son and heir of a mongrel bitch. I think it's pretty easy.
Like your skank? Or...
Thou art the son and heir of a mongrel bitch.
I don't know. I'm not as good as this.
Dude, you're a son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I got to brush up on my Shakespeare.
Yes. I know, but that one was basically spelled out for you. Yeah. That had all the key words in it.
Sorry. I've got a lot on my mind, Mary Beth. Is that your last one?
Okay, that's it for Shakespeare, but I have some Winston Churchill.
Shakespeare, villain, I have done thy mother.
Yes!
Titus Andronicus.
Yes.
16th century Shakespeare.
Yes.
I hit you with that one, though.
I love that.
Okay.
Okay, and there were many more, but I found a couple. Winston Churchill was a very good speaker, and I saw two quotes that I had to include, two insults. So he liked to go back and forth in debates with other members of Parliament. And the two exchanges that I have are both with women. One's Bessie Braddock, a member of Parliament. She says, "Winston, you are drunk, and what's more, you are disgustingly drunk." And Churchill says, "Bessie, my dear, you are ugly, and what's more, you are disgustingly ugly. But tomorrow I shall be sober, and you will still be disgustingly ugly." Can you imagine somebody saying that to Pelosi?
Oh, sick. Man.
Sick. But this one's even better. This was to Lady Astor, who was the first sitting female of Parliament. She says, "Winston, if I were married to you, I'd put poison in your coffee." He says, "Nancy, if I were married to you, I'd drink it."
Nice. He was quick. I like that.
Slow clap.
Yeah, hey, let me do it in the background.
Ooh, burn.
Yeah.
Speaking of burn, let's move on.
Let's do it. Mary Beth, we're going to talk about our own experiences as Gen Xers, okay? We're going to talk about our versions of putdowns and smackdowns and insults.
What were the common bitch slaps?
Mary Beth, I'll tell you what. I don't shut up. I grow up. And when I look at you, I throw up.
Oh, my God.
I had to start with that one.
Hey, I had so much more trouble remembering these from childhood than I thought I would.
Well,
I mean, I have a few, but...
But you know what else?
What?
And your mama comes around the corner and licks it up.
Oh, such innocent times. These are back in the days when Four Eyes was really insulting.
Oh, 4 Eyes.
Or just calling someone a nerd.
Twerp.
Twerp. Jerk. Dweeb.
Dweeb. Up your nose with a rubber hose.
I remember not the sharpest tool in the shed, or the brightest crayon in the box.
I've heard that one, the brightest crayon. I've heard the other one too, but I've used both. I've had both in my back pocket before when I really needed it. When I really needed it. Brought the arsenal out. I got the old banana seat bike out, and I'm like, now listen here.
Don't mess with me, man.
Yeah, with my Superman sandals.
Oh, my God.
If you're a true listener, you know exactly. Hey, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Come on, Mary Beth, hit me.
In your face.
That's it?
Yeah, that was huge when I was in middle school.
In your face was a big one.
It was so effing annoying.
Or what about just face?
Yeah.
We used to say face.
Well, I was going to say it. It mutated. It went from in your face to your whole hand had to be in front of your face.
And then you went like this.
And then you would just say face.
Facial or something like
Facial.
that. Yeah. Like when I was in fifth grade, I think, or something. I don't know. I was in fifth or sixth grade. And I remember watching an older, well, I had to be in fifth. So I was watching the sixth grade team after I played because we always had to stay and watch. And one of the sixth graders hit like a 15-foot jump shot. And he was chubby. And his shorts were really small, right?
Oh,
or short. And he looked at the other guy and he went like this. And he didn't say anything. He just went like that.
Okay,
so the listeners, I'm giving the facial. I'm putting my hand on my face. And he literally just like went like up and down on his face like he was just giving that guy the facial.
Oh, my
and I'll tell you what.
So that one went from in your face to
just like
a sign language.
Yeah. It's almost like the John Cena, like you can't see me. But he just went up and down on his face like he's like facial.
Right.
And I tell you what, the guy that let him make that shot, I mean, he was done. I mean, he was emotionally, that kid was done.
It was a bird.
It was over for him. He's like, damn, he got me, and he made the shot.
Though the face ones really bothered me. I remember you need
You need.
You
We said that in
need.
high school. That was more of a high school thing.
Yeah, I remember give in
Put,
chest,
give.
put in chest.
Yeah, if you were a creeker, you had like the aloha symbol.
Yeah.
And you'd like put it in your chest
It didn't make any sense.
at all. And then sometimes we do like behind the back.
You go, at all.
At all. And then you do the behind the back and on the chest. You need one. And we would just say that. We'd walk by and be like, you need one.
And then some of the most annoying little twerps in school
Give.
would say like, put in your chest.
Put
like
it in your chest.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't even say the whole word. Just,
just.
put it in your chest.
So the emphasis on the syllable would change over
Oh,
time.
yeah, it evolved.
And
It got way cooler.
I don't
Put
think
it in your chest.
it was never cool. Let's just admit it.
Hey, you think you're hot snot on a silver platter, but all you are is cold boogers on a paper plate.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember, did you say, oh, give?
Give.
Oh, give. And what did these mean?
I think it just meant you're an idiot or you're stupid,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like, or you're being ignorant or you're being dumb, and which is ironic.
Yeah.
Because the person doing that really looked
Stupid.
So stupid. Like,
But it could really bother you.
oh, it would ruin kids.
I still remember being like faced.
It would ruin kids. I mean, it would ruin kids. I mean, kids would run off and be like, go hide.
And especially, I mean, I don't want to get all gender speak, but I have to say, boys are very mean in middle school. Girls mature faster. I think this is just scientific fact.
I know where you're going.
And the boys were so mean about these things.
Yeah, if the girls were early developers, the young men.
I wasn't going there.
Well, okay. Well,
I was just gonna say the boys took these insults, and it became like their job every day to insult as many people as possible.
I agree. I'm sure I was guilty of doing one or two of them to make a girl feel like shit that they're still thinking about it to this day. Like, God damn.
Right? Don't you hate the thought of being in someone's memory like that?
So if so, I sincerely apologize.
Anyone listening that we insulted.
Yeah, I was a kid, so I apologize. But yeah, like I was just saying, like early developers, like boys would let those girls know.
Oh, I know this.
Traumatized.
I was one of 3 girls who blossomed 2 years before the other girls.
Right. So
I know all about that. I remember, gag me with a spoon.
Oh, gag me.
Gag me with a credit card and put me on layaway.
As if.
As if.
Hey, smooth move, X-Lax.
I have that.
Get out of here. Hey, high five.
High
five. Fiver.
I do, yeah. So you couldn't be clumsy, couldn't drop anything, couldn't spill anything, because then you'd get the smooth move X-Lax. Or walk much.
I've heard that one. Walk much.
I know.
Like if you like barely like trip over something, walk much.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall. I remember that. Now, this one is not common, I don't think. But I had one friend in particular who I believe is our friend across the pond.
Okay.
He's
Gotcha.
military.
I know. Gotcha.
Rusty.
Rusty.
My good buddy.
Rusty.
My good buddy for so long.
Rusty.
My good buddy Rusty. I miss him. And we were such good buddies. And he's one of the funniest people on the planet.
I graduated with his sister.
That I've ever known. Yeah.
Good family.
But he would to get on my nerves anytime I was explaining something or telling him, about something that happened in class before or something that I did over the weekend. He would just look at me and get this like glazed look in his eye and give me a fake smile and go, I love that story. Like he'd cut me off. I'd be like, shut up, Rusty.
I love that story.
And he'd punch my arm, just tease me.
Wasn't that a Pee Wee Herman thing? I love that story.
I feel like it might have been.
Because Dustin used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
I love that story.
I know.
He used to do that to me in college. I'm like, and then when he would do it, I'd be like, God dang it, I led you right into that.
I walked right into
I'm
it.
so much better than that.
It's like, it's someone's way of telling you, okay, your story needs to get better like yesterday.
Right. Get there faster.
Get there faster.
Mary Beth, you know what that is? That's classic.
Classic.
That's not really a burn, but I just had to say that.
Slang. So I love that story. Always, it made you feel so small and stupid.
Well, here's a word that we used back then as an insult that I'm going to call Rusty for doing that. Hey, he's a fart knocker.
Fart
I mean, if you were called a
knocker.
fart knocker, that dug deep.
I forgot that word existed.
Fart knocker.
No, but just to be fair, if he's listening, it was always in good fun. He just liked to tease me. We teased each other. So it always made me laugh. It didn't hurt my feelings.
For sure.
Let's see. I've never been really good at insults to someone's face, and that's
Like content or like quickness or both.
well, I'm pretty quick-witted, but when it comes to
Okay. No, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
you suck.
That was a good comeback. Sorry.
No, but growing up, you know how some kids just seem to have an instinct for that kind of courage, although it was, it's not really courage when you beat people down, and make them feel stupid or make fun of them or call them out or embarrass them. Mm-hmm. But it took courage. Like I never could quite fit in with that whole face. And mm-hmm. I don't know. I was never good at insults at a young age. I don't know that I would be now. I mean, I'm good at handling confrontation. That's kind of one of my superpowers, but I don't know. It's one of the things back to Suits. I was thinking, and I think often because it's just constantly happening. I'm like, I can't imagine a job day in, day out where you're having 80 different conversations of threats and insults and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I don't think that I've ever had a knack for it. In fact, I don't think that I looked someone in the face and gave them an FU until college. And even then I started crying because I was upset.
Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, I definitely did.
So I don't remember if I may be delusional, Joe, but I don't remember being one of your standard insulters. I was usually the one being teased. I think probably because it was so easy to make me react.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't show weakness.
You could not show weakness.
If you showed weakness, they had you. They had you.
But like they always say about Generation X, it's what made us who we are today in terms of being strong and having a spine. And you can make fun of me all you want. I will not care. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it all the way back around.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It built something within us.
Yeah.
What do you think about I love these backhanded compliments. I think they're funny.
They are funny, especially when you're dealing with someone so oblivious. The more oblivious a person is to your backhanded compliments, the juicier, the more delicious.
Mary Beth, you want me to give you a couple of examples?
Please do.
I did not expect you to ace that exam. Good for you. You want another one?
Yes.
That skirt makes you look far thinner. I wish I could be as straightforward as you, but I always just try to get along with everyone. Like, I just think those are so good.
And they're so toxic.
I know.
They're so passive aggressive.
You hear a person give one of those, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, they're so passive aggressive.
Ooh, but thanks.
Right. Thank you. I think.
I was just curious if you had any perspective on those.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun. I enjoy backhanded compliments. And I feel like The Office is a great example.
100%.
Yes. Because so many jokes, and that's one of the things about the mockumentary style where the camera literally is a character. And so you get to see the obliviousness of so many characters who are being insulted all the time, and it just goes right over their head, especially Michael Scott.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's constantly being teased and doesn't realize it, which just makes it funnier.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like Lewis in Suits is kind of that foil character where he's teased a lot and doesn't know it.
Right.
Because he's insecure. He wants so desperately to fit in.
Desperately. He wants to be.
Yeah.
He wants to be equal to Harvey so bad.
Yes. And he's such an eccentric human. Like his interests are so different from all the other people in the office. And they're so funny.
Well, I was going to say, But what I do like about his character, look at us, just we're going back and forth to Suits, but I do like how he has that one sort of niche that they go to him for.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if
Finance?
it was something like that, finance law or
Yes.
whatever. And so, he's vulnerable and emotional, and he wants to fit in. But then at the end of the day, if they need this one particular thing, they know who to go to, and that makes him feel,
Yes.
powerful.
He wants to feel needed and
Yeah.
respected. And
So I like that. But it all does tie into
he needs so much validation.
Yeah. But it all kind of does, like Suits does kind of tie into this. Like,
Oh, they're constantly throwing these insults, and it's like, how can a person?
Harvey kind of bullies Lewis, and it gets into the insults and backhanded stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it does kind of tie into it.
Well, what I said earlier, how I didn't grow up being great at the insults, but I became very good at it later in life just from teaching. Because you said, is it the quick wit that you struggled with? And you don't teach high school students for 16 and a half years without learning how to give a good ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and all in good fun. Like, I honestly can't remember an experience where I teased a student in class just to make him look stupid. Like, that's not me. That's not my style. Some teachers will do that. But I got really good at the back and forth because especially seniors, I had seniors, and you gotta know your stuff, first of all, but you cannot try to trick them into thinking that you know more than you do, right? So they will see through it. And so, you show a sign of they smell blood in the water. Mm-hmm. And you have to get really good at being quick and like giving it right back. And it becomes fun and funny, like a lighthearted teasing kind of thing.
So it's a skill you can develop over time.
Absolutely you can.
Well, good for you. Can I ask you a general question?
Sure.
Like, what is it about, like when you're around a group of friends, for example, and it seems like the societal expectation or norm is, I guess depending on your personalities, like my group of friends, it's like common to just insult each other, like take barbs at each other. Like why? But we enjoy it and we laugh and it's fun. Like, why is that fun? Like, why have we made that why is that a fun thing?
I think it's a gender
is that
difference.
What it is? The girls don't do that or women don't do that?
It's not that we don't do it.
Because we take personal shots at each other constantly.
Well, the older we get, I don't have any point of reference to look at and say, now that I think about it, I mean, when you got the girls' night and it's fun and you're drinking or maybe you're at a concert, but I'm talking about just hanging out together, going out to dinner together. Women don't do that.
Yeah.
And we may tease a little bit.
I hate to stereotype. It's like the women group tend to have more of the giggles. And
yes.
Especially when they're drinking. And the guys are just like...
They make fun of that, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. But the guys are just like constantly like making personal jabs at each other.
Yeah. I think that is just the masculine energy.
Is that what it is?
And I do not believe in the bullshit toxic masculinity thing that is being shoved down our throats right now. Masculinity is incredibly important. Societies live or die by it. And I think that's just a masculine energy. You build each other up by breaking each other down a little bit. I don't know. I just think it's a guy thing. You guys like to tease each other and have fun.
Yeah, it's like you obviously like love your friends, and respect your friends, but that's like the first thing we go to.
Yes,
like just making fun of each other.
Well, and
Big Bang Theory. It's almost like who can make fun of each other the best.
Big Bang Theory is a perfect example of that kind of behavior. That dynamic in a group relationship of friends, a group of friends who are close and loyal, and
they do anything for the other.
They would do anything for their friends. They love each other so much. They fight, they make up, but there's constant ribbing.
Right.
Constant insults, especially between Sheldon and Wolowitz, which is so funny.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah.
But, I have to say, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, hey, send us some emails. Let me know.
Let us know. I mean,
are we right about this? I just think that guys and girls interact with their friend groups a lot differently.
And it's not like we prep for that or plan.
It's just part
we
of.
We just instinctively do it.
Exactly.
I always catch myself thinking, that's fun and funny, and we enjoy doing that. But why? Like
it's just
we're literally just making fun of each other as best we can.
Yeah.
And
just Tell yourself it's my masculine energy.
It's
Feminine.
almost like that. It's almost like the animal species thing I mentioned earlier. It's like
Yeah.
men kind of have that animal thing where they like, it's the hierarchy. It's like who can be on top.
Exactly.
Who can have the best put down or whatever.
Who's the alpha?
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's one dude, two maybe in a small group out. You're at a bar, you're having drinks, you're watching a game, you're having a great time. There's teasing all around, but there's one or two dudes who are alphas, and you know there's a line. And you know where that line is, and you better not cross it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know who you've got to establish the power structure. I can see that for sure. But women, our feminine energy is to nurture and comfort and vent and get all those things off our chest. So there's a lot of bitching, complaining, complimenting, comforting,
Giggling,
reassuring, giggling. There's a heart connection that I think women...
It's a little softer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And those differences exist for a reason, and they give balance to the universe. So I don't think there's anything wrong with either.
No.
Either.
I was just curious. It's funny
Yeah.
when you said alpha, the first thing I thought of was Chief Jacob.
Another Twilight reference.
yeah.
Oh my God, Joe.
You're welcome.
Joe.
You're welcome.
No, I think I listed all the ones that I could remember from growing
we
up.
listed quite a bit.
We did. I have to say, do you have a favorite insult? Like a favorite
Damn you for putting me on the spot.
favorite curse word / insult to somebody? I feel like I go through seasons of life. So maybe for a year and a half, 2 years, my favorite word is the F word. And I use it as a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb.
I've been told I use that word too much recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When Grandma passed away, when was that? 2 years ago?
Two years ago?
Yeah. 2 August is, I guess. Anyway, when we were cleaning out the garage, our uncle said something to Mom about, I didn't even pay attention to myself saying it. I guess I was just saying the F word, but I say it so casually. It wasn't like, like it wasn't like F him.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, oh, God,
I know.
It's like a transition word.
It's a catch-all
Right.
word for everything, for every
he
emotion.
Kind of like, he wasn't mad, but he was like, God, he says that word a lot.
You say it when you're happy, when you're angry, when you're frustrated.
That's crazy.
When you're pissed. I mean, you can say it for any different emotion.
Or I'll be saying it as to describe something like, look at this fucking,
I know, right?
I don't even think about it. It just comes out.
Yeah, well, I went through a spell where that was my favorite word. In the last 2 years, I don't say it as much, and I know I've said it on the podcast before, but I don't say it unless it's warranted.
Oh, yeah.
If I drop the F-bomb, it's because I had no other choice.
You really mean it.
I really, really
Actually,
mean
I do like, I've always been a fan of Get Bent.
Get bent.
I like that one. Because it's just so short and to the point. Get bent.
Yes, and how would you define that insult? What's it supposed to mean?
Get bent?
Yeah. Get out of my face.
Something like that. Get out of my face. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Or get out of here with that crap.
Right.
Get bent, man. I say that a little bit.
I do have a favorite word right now. I'm overusing it in my personal life. I feel a bit alone because I'm a woman, and this is a notoriously offensive word to women especially. And I'm not talking about the B word. I'm talking about the C word. I really want to say it.
Rhymes with bunt?
Yes. I love that word so much.
Hey, say it.
I want to
say it.
And I won't.
Okay.
I won't, because I know that we have family members listening.
From your lips to God's ears.
I don't want to make this too crass on the
Rhymes
ears.
with runt?
On Sex and the City, Charlotte calls it "See you next Tuesday."
I think I have heard that.
I love it so much. It doesn't offend me. I think it's a perfect word for all kinds of crappy garbage people.
People like Europeans, like in the UK, they use that. I've heard it at least on shows and movies.
They use it on Game of Thrones a lot.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you said it. Oh, you said it.
Yeah, just put that on.
And I will not edit that out.
I said it real quietly, though. I almost said half of it, and then I kind of stopped myself. No, you put me on the spot. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple I'll think of after the episode, but I say get bent a little bit. I'm sure there's a couple others, but
Because, back in the day, we had a nerd or called someone a turd, fart knocker, like you said. But as you age, the words become a lot more colorful.
Oh, yeah.
So I've just wondered if you had a current favorite colorful word to call somebody who's just grinding your gears.
Gosh, you put me on the spot. I have to have time to think about this. I think I just used too many, so I just can't narrow it down.
Fair, that's
like
fair.
Asshole, I say that quite a bit probably to people.
Yeah.
Like, don't be an asshole.
I went through a prick phase.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Recently.
That's a good one because that one really hurts.
I brought that out from my collection.
Yeah, that kind
I had to dig through some boxes to get that word out because I had not used it in a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it felt good to use that word for a long time.
That's a solid one. I mean, you mean business when you say that.
Hey, because I was dealing with some pricks in my life.
Like you could say the D word, but that one just means
that
one packs a punch.
Right. The P word packs a punch. And I used that for a spell. Well, Joe, hey, all this talk has just got me, I don't know, I feel something boiling under the surface.
I think I'm going to go in the other room and call my dog an asshole. I feel like I need to insult somebody.
I want to call my husband and say, hey, you jerk.
You prick.
So I think that we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to share some of our favorite insults from movies that we grew up watching and TV shows we grew up watching. And then it's a your mom off.
Oh,
it's a your mom in your face off.
We're about to give you the good stuff.
Here we go. And we are back. Now, we had an interesting break, did we not?
We did. Tell them about it.
First of all, Mom walks in and just declares to no one in particular, it's Mother's Day. I felt like I had to be all dressed up, but you know what? I don't want to wear a bra, so I took it off.
And that's what we grew up with.
That's the kind of parenting.
Atta girl.
I know. We're like, yay, Mom, go braless.
I go, it's your day.
It's your day. And then she went to the kitchen to make herself a drink. And then we had a brilliant idea to start drinking.
Yeah, we concocted a podcast idea for the future.
We're going to have a future podcast where we start drinking at the beginning and see how drunk we can get by the end.
Yeah. Here's how we sound before. Here's how we sound after.
And so Joe is sipping on his Miller Lite.
A fine Pilsner beer.
And I have had several shots.
She has, without shot glasses. So I'll let you...
I drank right
I'll let you create the visual in your head.
right out of the bottle.
Yeah, she drank it like it was a Dasani.
So, okay. I had a couple thoughts that I wanted to kind of go back before we move on to our favorite quotes, our favorite insults from movies. I wanted to kind of revisit. There are some positive changes and when it comes to insults. Terms that we no longer use that are now considered just offensive and just like dead and buried or on life support. So we don't say the F word when we refer to, homosexuals. We don't say the R word anymore. We don't say the N word, obviously. And people who do, it's like on life support, which is great progress, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like some of the other words that we still use have changed. I think one of the things that I love about getting older is that we embrace and amplify. So in other words, being called a nerd when you were in 7th grade has a very different meaning now. I love nerds. Nerds are amazing. They're the best people. Change my mind because they are passionate and they love, really cool things and they're very into it. And so I don't know. I just had a thought that I wanted to share how it's interesting how some words have died out for good reason and some words have changed meaning, changed connotation, because as you get older, you just kind of embrace your shortcomings, your weaknesses. You're more comfortable with yourself, good or bad. What do you think?
Well, first, let me take my pocket protector off.
I love you so much. Oh my God. You can tell I've been drinking.
Yeah,
I love you, man.
Let me stick my pinky up in the air while I take a drink of my Miller Lite.
Oh, wait. Can I just share before I forget?
You may.
Early in our relationship, Josh and me, we were dating, and he came over to my house. I was in the bedroom. I was laying on the bed with my tablet, and I was watching a documentary. And it was a political documentary from like the 80s. I was really into it. Mm-hmm. And so Josh enters the bedroom, and he's like, "Hey, what you watching?" And I explained it. I was like, "It's really fascinating. It's about these two political candidates and they're blah, 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 blah." And there was just dead silence for a minute. And he looked at me and had this huge smile, and he goes, "Nerd!" And it was such a beautiful moment. It's another reason why he's just such a precious, precious treasure.
Josh is really the salt of the earth.
He is so.
He really is.
He's so great, and it made me laugh so hard because I am a nerd. And what's so cute is that 9 years, almost 9 years at the end of this month will be our 9-year anniversary. He has become quite a nerd because of me. So like we'll catch a docuseries on Netflix and we'll stay up really late. Those 3 or 4 episode crime documentaries or something. And
don't I?
yeah, so it's just cute that that was his first impression of my interests, to call me a nerd, and it was such a funny moment. And now we still use that insult in the house. Like anytime he's telling me something that I'm not interested in, I think is dumb, I'll go, "Nerd!" And so it's just something that's carried over, and I find
Well, let me
funny.
be the first to say I appreciate you asking me my thoughts and then just talking for 20
I'm
minutes.
so sorry.
So, but I did say I was going to lay my pocket protector down and take a sip, and then you just had at it. You had
Okay, I'm done with the chattiness.
No, I think you're right. I think back then when we were kids, nerd was out, and it was popularity and this and that. Prep. Now I do see more of that acceptance of that lifestyle, or that the way the person is. Like if you're nerdy, it's cool. You're interesting. You've got a lot to offer. It's cool to be smart. I really like that. It's kind of changed. It's shifted. Yeah. So I'm with you on that.
So if we have younger listeners, I was just going to say, if we have younger listeners...
No, cut me off. That's cool.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I really want to hear what you have to say.
Sorry.
I may as well not even be here. Actually, I'm going to go in the bathroom. I'll be back. Just go ahead.
I was just going to say, if we have younger listeners, it might be helpful to just pause and say, if you're at that age where you're still feeling very insecure and put downs affect you more than they probably should, just remember, embrace and amplify.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah,
and you're going to be more successful than
and just own it. Just own it. Like, you know what? Maybe I am a geek, or maybe I am a bitch, or maybe I am whatever. Embrace and amplify it, and it won't.
My earlier point had to do with, I grew up infatuated with sports. Anything that had to do with sports, if it was something nerdy or academic, I didn't want to be part of that, because that's just kind of how I was trained, I guess. Sports, popular, whatever. But now as I've gotten older, I feel like I can take some of the personality traits that I grew up with, or that I was as a kid going into adulthood. What I'm getting at is I find myself thinking of nerdy things, and I'm like, I enjoy that. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm a little bit. Maybe we all have a little nerd in us. Is my point.
I would hope
that was my real clunky way of saying. I think we all kind of have a little nerd in us.
I would hope.
But I don't think negative of it now. Like
not at all.
As an adult, I'm like, yeah, I enjoy that. That's cool. I like that. I think that way, or I think about that, or I do this, or I do that. It's so interesting how you can be one way growing up, and then as an adult, you're like, fuck it.
Yes.
Like it's nerdy and it's cool and you like it. And no, I'm with you. I think you become. I think you get stronger. Like when you were raised kind of the way we were, even if you were the one giving the insults, you knew it was wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like if you were saying that to somebody that was a little nerdy, quote unquote nerdy, you knew that was wrong. So you kind of were teaching yourself on your own, like, I know that's wrong. I'm going to be better than that. I am actually better than that. So when I grow up, I'm not going to be that person. So I think it kind of makes you stronger, either because you got it or because you gave it. So I think in both ways, it kind of made our generation a little bit stronger, Gen Xers.
That reminds me of something that.
'Cause my point is now we're just okay with being whatever.
Yes,
you
and
know what I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
We don't label ourselves into a certain category of people. We accept it.
And it's part of getting older in general, but particularly Gen X, we were just sort of trained. We were, as children, meant to be seen and not heard. And we grew up in the bully age. And so we were just trained to kind of put on that armor and just not care.
Yeah.
And just laugh things off.
Yeah, I was trying to get equal time, so I was on a timer. So that was like I
Joe,
probably could have got that done in 2 seconds, but you stole a lot of time, so I had to make
you know
it
what?
up. What?
I love that story.
Hey, will you tell me again? Will you say it again? Hey, will you say it again? That's another one I do. I love that story. Will you tell it again?
Shut up.
Seriously.
I love that story.
I love that story.
Well, okay, let's get to these movies.
Get bent. Get bent.
Let's get to these quotes.
Okay.
All right, now,
Pinky in the air.
how do you want to do this? I mean, I have a lot.
Well, we can. I suspect we'll have a couple of the same. I don't know. I think we just rattle them off.
All right,
honestly, I don't think we have to structure this. Let's just rattle it off.
Okay.
Hey, give the people what they want.
Freestyle.
Our generation especially is going to love these because these are what we grew up with, right?
Okay. First from Home Alone. Kevin.
But say it first.
Oh.
And then, so then let's at least agree on that. I think
that's
good.
a good. Okay. Kevin, you're such a disease. You're what the French call les incompetents.
Love that movie, by the way.
I do too.
I actually could watch that movie out
I
of
know.
the season. Mary Beth, suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood. That's a big one. You know it. You know it.
Stand by me.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Will Wheaton is holding the gun.
Oh, yes.
At, what's his name? Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes.
Now, let's see if you can defend yourself, you sweat from a baboon's balls.
Coming to America.
Coming to America.
Yes.
Say, can you see I'm
coming to America?
Okay, you go.
You're a neo-maxi Zune dweeby. Yeah, I got a question. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Literally was my next one.
You're a gutless turd.
But you forgot the face it. And then he says, you're a neo-maxi Zune dweeby. What would you be doing if you weren't out making yourself a better citizen?
You know what? Man, when we were kids, we only caught the obvious jokes. But when you watch it as an older person, you're like, oh my God, there's so much more to laugh at.
So good.
What would you be doing if you weren't out? And I thought of that this morning when I was putting these quotes together. Of course, I was reflecting on the movies and The Breakfast Club when he says, you are a parent's wet dream. Now, when I was little, I didn't know what a wet dream was. And I thought because he was insulting him, it meant like a nightmare. But I thought, but Brian's a good kid. It didn't make sense to me until I got older. And I'm like, I get it.
Sure shit makes sense today, doesn't it?
It does.
Hey, does this suit make me look fat? No.
No, your face does. I had that.
Tommy boy.
I've got to check off so we don't.
Yeah, Tommy boy.
Oh, I had that.
I have one that I know you don't have.
Oh, come on.
What are you looking at, nerd? I thought I was looking at my mother's douchebag, but that's in Ohio.
I don't know.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, my God.
Hey, booger. That was
Booger. Okay, how about this? Freeze, you diseased rhinoceros pizzle.
Coming to America.
Once again, can't beat it.
He makes you look like an ass is what he does.
Oh, my gosh.
Very underrated, by the way.
Oh, my gosh, I know this.
You know this.
Yes.
You know I know you know this.
Say it again.
She kind of chuckles and she goes, makes you look like an ass is what he does.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Superman?
Ferris Bueller.
Oh,
Stay
my
off.
gosh. Shame
The
on me.
secretary.
Shame.
She's talking to the principal.
Yes. Shame on me. Okay. I have several that you'll probably get right off the bat, but hold your applause until the end.
I'll try. Hey, I'll try.
You are a pig from hell. You are evil, and you must be destroyed. What's the matter with you these days, Malin? You got a reindeer up your butt? He is a boil on the butt of humanity. You are too twisted for color TV. Drum, eat shit and die.
You ready? Steel Magnolias.
Very well done. Nice.
And I would bet that you don't have this one. You're going to pay full price highway. I don't give no serviceman's discount. Too bad your old lady does.
I do not know.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Oh my gosh.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
We used to watch that all the time.
I missed that one.
You want me to give another one?
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, you crinkled, wrinkled fat bag. You paunchy, sag-bottom puke pot. Oil-dripping, beef fart-sniffing bubble butt.
Was it Hook?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
1991.
Yes,
Hook.
because there's that
Yes.
exchange
Yes.
between the little punk kid.
Hey, what is it? It's classic.
Classic.
What you got?
I have so many. Why am I even listening to you to begin with? You're a virgin who can't drive.
Clueless.
Very nice. Points for you.
Rest in peace.
Oh, I know. Shall I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to.
I'll explain and I'll use small words so you'll know. So you'll be sure to understand. You warthog-faced buffoon.
Oh, sorry, you weren't done. Sorry.
Get back, witch!
Mary Beth gave me the finger. Like, stop. Are you done?
No, you were not hired for your brains, you hippopotamic landmass.
You done?
Yes.
Princess Bride.
Nice.
He goes, I didn't have to miss. It's not my fault I'm the biggest and strongest. I didn't have to miss. Okay. This is actually from a show.
Okay.
May you put your dentures in upside down and chew your head off.
Golden Girls,
Yeah, I knew
don't
you would get
even
that.
challenge
I
me.
put that one in there on purpose.
Bless your heart. Don't even challenge
I
me.
put
That's
that
fine.
one in. Okay, here we go. Did you miss me? With every bullet so far.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I don't know.
Al Bundy. Married with children.
Oh my gosh. You know, the generations before us grew up with like these wholesome shows. We grew up with Married with Children and In Living Color.
But I love the intro. Love and marriage. And it had the fountain.
It gave us such hope.
And then it had the green, like the freezing or whatever whatever it was.
It was like slime or something.
Yeah, it was like something weird, but it sounded like a cell block or cell door closing or something.
It like...
It's an institute you can't disparage.
It raised a generation of hopelessness. Like, is this
Al
all there is?
Bundy from Polk High.
You will know this one. We watched the hell out of this in high school. Why don't you do the world a favor, take your lower lip and pull it over your head and swallow?
Oh, my Lord.
Good morning, dickhead.
Why have I gone blank?
You know, I'll do it. Do the world a favor, take your lower lip, pull it over your head, and swallow. It's colder than a witch's titty out here.
Oh, God. I know it. I
You
can't.
do know it. You know it.
Good morning, Dick.
Gustafson?
Oh. Hold on. It was coming to me. Good morning, dickhead.
Morning, moron.
God. I'm gonna
No,
be-
listen, you might get it if I say this, although it's not an insult. When they're in the drugstore and he talks about a medicine that he took after a surgery or something, he goes, I was farting razor blades.
Oh, my God. Grumpy old man?
Yes!
Golly,
Ding, 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 ding.
Jeez Louise.
I thought you'd get that so much faster.
The swallow. Now I got you now.
Because you used to quote it all the time.
Yeah. I got you. I know you are, but what am I?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's
Big Adventure.
Yes.
Yep.
Like my new dress? Whatever takes the focus off your head.
Oh, that's Clueless.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like the new dress? Whatever takes the focus off your head. Liar, liar.
Oh, God. Oh, is that the one with Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Okay, keep going because I only have 2 more.
Oh my gosh, I have so many.
Okay.
You dirt-eating piece of slime. You scum-sucking pig. You son of a motherless goat.
Oh, God. Why am I going blank on the ones that I know?
We watched that so
You
much.
son of a motherless goat. I know that.
Infamous. When it's infamous.
I knew what you meant. Son of a mother. God. Bless.
Look up here. Look up here.
Oh, I got it. 3 Amigos.
Yes.
They gave them to us.
They were presents. Okay, go ahead.
You ready? Stop staring at my wife's legs. No. Stop staring at your sister's legs.
Oh my God. Friends?
Yes.
Nice. Oh, let's see. I don't know if you'll get this or not. I'm trying to earn money for college. Your mom goes to college.
Oh, that's Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yay.
You didn't. Okay, listen.
Nice.
You didn't get my Napoleon Dynamite reference earlier when you said something, and I'll go, I'll try. That was Napoleon.
I laughed because it sounded like
Yeah,
Napoleon.
That was Napoleon. That's so funny.
What do you have?
I have 1 more.
Okay.
Okay, so you will notice that I am fully dressed. I, in turn, have noticed that you are not. So in the words of A.A. Milne, get out of my chair, dill hall.
Friends.
I had to end it
the
with
one where no one's ready.
Yeah, I had to end it with 2 Chandler ones.
Okay, that's fair. All right, then I'll just go through mine. We'll see how good you are,
All right,
my friends.
let's
go. All right. Good morning, turd brain. You're stewed, buttwad.
Ready? Weird science. Ooh. Yeah, it's great.
Such a good
That
movie.
was it. And if you listen to our episode about our Aunt Sharon's film collection, that was one of our first go-tos.
Let's go to the movies. Weird Science was a favorite. Don't know about this. This was a little more recent than it wasn't something we grew up watching, but that's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and fucking ugly shoes.
I've actually seen that quote recently.
The lady's in a suit. She goes, I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot here. And she said, that's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and fucking ugly shoes.
Is that Devil Wears Prada? No?
No, I'll give you another line. Did they teach you how to apologize in law school? Because you suck at it.
Oh, is that Legally Blonde?
Aaron Brockovich.
Oh.
That's a great, great movie.
And who was the older gentleman
Albert Finney.
that was also the musical Scrooge in Christmas Carol?
And Warbucks and Annie.
And Warbucks and Annie. You guys are LFG, Mary Beth.
How about this?
LFG.
How do you write women so well? I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
As good as it gets. Nicholson.
That's good.
Oh my God.
I should have just known that based on how you said it.
Did you like my impression?
I did like that.
I think it's the alcohol.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a burn in my throat.
Yeah.
Let's
So for those keeping score at home, if Mary Beth has a couple of shots of vodka, she imitates Jack Nicholson.
very well.
Apparently very well.
Okay. You clinking, clanking, clattering collection of colliginous junk.
That's an oldie.
An oldie.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I actually just saw him on a black and white movie the other
Did
day
you
with,
now?
with Spencer Tracy
Yes.
and Clark Gable. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's the wizard. The wizard? Hey, the wizard!
Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't do it.
I won't.
I think I...
You're looking it up.
No. I had
Cheater.
that. No. I had that one saved, I thought, but I forgot to include
You know what you are? A pumpkin eater.
Fart knucker. You're gonna have to tell me, but I remember seeing it.
Short circuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I actually only saw that movie one time.
This one you're going to know right off the bat. But again, hold your applause to the
Okay.
end.
All right.
And if you know it, sing along.
You bite your tongue.
and I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
One take. Chevy Chase did that in one take.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I have the behind the scenes DVD.
Gosh.
He did that in one take.
That is
Christmas Vacation.
Well, he earned
Unbelievable.
He earned his paycheck on that because even
He earned his Jelly of the Month club on that.
I saved probably my favorite for last.
Okay.
It's two different quotes from a TV show.
Same one, same show.
Same show.
All right.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things you choose to be. And here's my ultimate, probably my favorite insult of the entire series. If I had a gun with 2 bullets and I was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby, I would shoot Toby twice.
The Office. I actually started watching that again last night.
Did you?
I did.
Man, that's all I got, man.
That's good stuff.
So much fun. And we could have chosen so many more, but, we had to draw the line somewhere.
We have to end this at some point today.
All right.
We have to spend time with our mom on Mother's Day at
Don't
some
we?
point.
Mom,
Interesting.
come over here and have a seat with us. Now,
There she is.
look at her blazer. Sexy girl.
Jeez. You look like you're going out.
Yeah.
somewhere Fancy. Like Longhorn.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Now, she doesn't have a mic, but we asked her to join us at the table because as our special gift to you, Joe and I are going lightning round, hardcore, your mom jokes.
I wrote mine, Yo Mama.
And I didn't. I put, your mom is.
Okay.
So.
We can be different.
Okay.
We can be different.
Your mom is not wearing a bra.
Okay. We already told
We
them
already
that.
said that, so thanks.
Okay. This is our, what I call, in your face off.
Bring it.
Bring it. You want to begin?
Ladies first.
Okay. Your mama's so ugly, even Hello Kitty said goodbye.
Hey, your mama's so fat, she uses Google Earth to take a selfie.
Your mama's so stupid, she failed a survey.
Your mama's so fat, when she walked by the TV, I missed 3 episodes.
Your mama's so fat, her blood type is Nutella.
Hey, your mama's so fat, her blood type is ragu.
Your mama's so fat, she gave Dracula high cholesterol.
You ready? Yes. I would say you're ready. Hey, you ready?
Yes.
Hey, your mama's teeth are so yellow, when she drinks water, it turns into lemonade.
Your mom is so old that when she was a child, rainbows were still in black and white.
Hey, your mama's so fat, a vampire sucked her blood and got diabetes.
No, diabetes.
Diabetes.
Oh, it's my turn. Your mom is so hairy, when she posted her sex tape online, it got flagged for bestiality.
Hey, your mama's so nice, she gave me the hair off her back.
Okay, now, folks, when my brother goes up an octave, that is his best laugh, and it makes me just all warm and fuzzy inside to hear that. Okay, your mom is so ugly, her portraits hang themselves.
Hey.
This is very Mother's Day.
Hey,
Hey, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna like it.
hey, you just sit and listen there, bitch. Hey, your mama's so fat, when she sat on an iPhone, it turned into an iPad.
Your mom is so fat, she fell in love and broke it.
Your mom... Hang on, you got to get ready for this one.
Okay.
Your mama's cooking so bad, even the homeless take it back.
Oh my God. Okay, I got one more.
Oh, I got plenty more.
Oh my, your mom smells so bad, she made right guard turn left.
Your mama's so old, Jurassic Park brings back memories. Your mama's so stupid, she stared at a cup of orange juice for 12 hours because it said concentrate.
Your mama's so dumb, she had to study for a urine test.
Hey, your mama's so short, she went to see Santa. He told her to get back to work. Hey, your mama's house is so dirty, she has to wipe her feet off before she goes outside.
I'm hurting.
Hey, your mama's teeth are so yellow, I can't believe it's not butter. Hey, your mama's so fat, she wakes up in sections. And one more. Your mama's so old, she has an autographed Bible. Hey, Mom.
Oh, hey, Mom.
We love you.
We love you so
Yeah,
much.
no, that's right.
Man, of all the insults we've talked about from our generation, among the best was your mom anything.
Anything.
Any comment you made, if it was a dumb comment, your mom.
Yeah, your mom.
But let's not talk. Let's get off moms. I got off yours last night. What is the line in Big Bang Theory when Sheldon goes, I had sexual relations with your mother last night for $1?
I don't remember that one.
When they were about to go into the 10-year party and you know, Penny's got that sexy dress and he's trying. Oh my God. Your mom jokes were the best. And so, Mom, we wanted you to be here to laugh along.
So appropriate for the day.
So
Yeah.
appropriate.
I hope you have a great rest of your day.
And you know, in all fairness, these weren't really insults because we share a mom. So we're not hurting each other's feelings.
Yeah, your
Okay.
mom is so fat. Wait, yours is. Your mom's so stupid. No, yours is.
But we thought this was a great way to send you a nice tribute.
Yeah.
And you know what, Mom? No matter what anyone says, you don't fit any of these.
Yeah. I can't wait to peep your autographed
Oh,
Bible.
3 donuts and a piece of cake.
Hey, and you deserve it.
That's right.
All right, thank you so much for listening to another piece of the Gen X experience worth saving. Your mom and other insults are now immortalized in the annals of history. If you like what you heard, subscribe to the Best of Gen X wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Joe, always a pleasure.
Duh.